Let's do this just for fun, just because I believe God is in the house right now. I'm going to randomly just Google an Abraham Hicks clip and let's listen to it together and let's see what happens.
Until you find another way of looking at this, nothing's going to shift in you. And unless something shifts, then your experience.
Okay, there we go. I mean, that's pretty powerful. She just basically is saying what I'm saying. Until you find another way to look at your problem that you think is a bank account cash flow problem, until you find another way to look at this, you're fucked. That's what she just said. But let's just keep listening.
Until you find another way of looking at this, nothing's going to shift in you. And unless something shifts, then your experience can't change. Until suddenly you have an understanding, and then you feel different. And when you feel different, then you attract different. And when you attract different, then you experience different manifestations. So when you ask for more prosperity, your inner being immediately becomes the equivalent of more prosperity. But if you don't immediately become the equivalent of prosperity vibrationally, as in being optimistic or anticipation, then there's a vibrational difference between you and your inner being, and that's when you feel doubt or fear or worry or jealousy or anger or whatever those feelings around money often are. But you've got to find some way of syncing up with the way your inner being feels about this. And when you do, now there's no contradiction in your vibration. There's no tug of war going on. Now you and your powerful inner being are standing in the eye of the vortexual hurricane that law of attraction is causing around you, and more money is coming to you. But in your anticipation, positive anticipation, you're letting it in. You're not keeping it out. Now that's just the law-based explanation of how the money comes to you. Now another way that we are wanting to explain this to you is that when you feel good, you're in sync with your inner being. And when you're in sync with your inner being, that means you're in what we're calling the receptive mode of what your inner being has already amassed and attracted. So if you can accept the prosperity that your inner being already is, then you can be the receptive translator of that vibrational prosperity into the manifestation of what you want. This non-physical aspect of you that exists, that is attracting the things that you are asking for to this specific vibrational context that you now have ready access to, this is a reality. But because you can't translate it yet, then you often see absence of money rather than presence of money, even though there is a vibrational presence of money.
Right? You don't have a money problem. You have a focus problem. And you're constantly focused on the lack of money, even though there is an abundance of money all around you. And so that's why it comes to, you got to ask yourself the question, what is that one thing that if I did it consistently, effectively, very well, ideally every day, would alter your focus?
Which is?
If you focused on helping other people that have that exact same problem that you have,